Hey guys, so I know I had promised to create more Kingdom Hearts content, and I just noticed that it's been almost a year, and I haven't created anything new, exciting, cool, or fun. So I just wanted to say sorry about that, and I wanted to make it up to you guys by creating a new video that I hope you like and enjoy. Thanks.
I had actually totally fully recorded this video already, and I was under the mind that Kingdom Hearts Union Cross would take forever to provide us with the Strelitzia update, and I went on the assumption that they wouldn't upload this until after I had made this video. We all know that this had been around and translated on YouTube for so long. A lot of people had already seen these spoilers and were aware of who Strelitzia was. So I was going to go ahead and make this video prefacing that this was a spoiler. However, Union Cross got their act together, unlike me, and uploaded the latest update. So this video is about that. So at this point, we have met Strelitzia, and we know that she was supposed to be the 5th leader of the Dandelions because Master Ava had reached out to her. I actually quite liked Strelitzia. I thought she was cool, calm, sweet, gentle, and a leader in her own right. And I don't think a lot of the Kingdom Hearts community has been familiarized with a leader like that, especially having met Ventus and Roxas and Sora, who were quite loud, outspoken, vivacious, just your typical kind of run-of-the-mill hero. So it was kind of refreshing, and it was also kind of sad to see her go so quickly. She had her heart removed, and she pretty much died, which is sad and kind of morbid. So because we know Strelitzia was supposed to be a Dandelion leader, she was supposed to meet up after the Keyblade War in the Keyblade Graveyard, and she didn't end up even making it to the first meeting to meet the other leaders. So instead of meeting up with Skald, Ephemer, Blaine, and Ventus, they were greeted by Lauriam, who, you know, the first second you see him, you're like, oh my god, I know exactly who this person is. This is a certain organization, 13 traders, somebody. At this point, my question overall is just why? Why is Marluxia there? Why did he take Strelitzia's place? Why did he know that he should go to the Keyblade Graveyard, considering he wasn't invited by Master Ava? I want to try and answer these questions, and by answer, I sort of mean just speculate, because at this point, it's anyone's guess, right, Squire? Right off the bat, to me, it's just really suspicious that Marluxia appeared in the Keyblade Graveyard at the meeting of the head Dandelions, I guess. Was it him who killed Strelitzia? How did he know to find her? And how did he know to go to the graveyard? I feel like he must have been informed. Someone had to have told him, instructed him, and encouraged him to act out against Strelitzia. From there, kill her, take her place, wham bam, thank you ma'am. From my understanding, all information provided by Master Ava was listed in this rulebook, right? So it wouldn't be so hard for him to educate himself after he killed Strelitzia. In addition, I would like to point out that in the 358 over 2 days opening sequence, Marluxia is described as the graceful assassin. I guess this is kind of like my Exhibit 8. He is capable of murdering while still maintaining that element of grace, which I guess is how you could sort of describe him upon his arrival, right? Very polite, apologetic for being late, that sort of stuff.
Not to mention my Exhibit B, the fact that Marluxia literally carries a scythe, which is the literal weapon used by the Grim Reaper.
It all kind of circles back to me though. Who would have been the one to have told him about Master Ava's plan? Who would have to enlighten him about the Dandelions and the leadership? Could it have been the Master of Masters? Maybe, but I doubt it. And I only say this because he did reiterate over and over again that he would disappear. If he's gone, he wouldn't have been able to provide instruction to Marluxia, right? That said, although he is gone, It's not to say that the Master of Masters couldn't have instructed Luxu to inform Marluxia, right? The Master of Masters is very secretive, and so is Luxu. We don't know nearly enough about either of them, so it could make sense. We do know Luxu had his own role to play, completely separate from the other masters, to sort of back off and watch from afar. We do know that Ava and Luxu did have a conversation which kind of instigated the war. Luxu wasn't that far away from town. He could have easily spoken to Marluxia prior to the events which spurned a catalyst to make everything happen. One thing that's really been on my mind is Ventus, and we've known about Ventus for a really long time, obviously, from Birth by Sleep and stuff, but we've known that he was a leader of the Dandelions for quite some time now. My question is, how is he a Dandelion leader, but also present in the future, brought to the land of departure by Master Xehanort? How is that all possible? And consequently, how is it possible for Marluxia's somebody to exist many, many years in the past and only to be brought back for Chain of Memories, but to appear as a nobody? How did this happen? How did all of it happen? How is this all possible? Hear me out. We know Bragg and Isa are connected to Master Xehanort because they became vessels, and subsequently Xigbar and Syx. We know that they have his eyes, they have his weird pointy ears. Syx has that recusant sigil right on his face. That's their obvious connection to Xehanort. However, with Marluxia, if there is a connection, I guess maybe if he is a vessel or maybe he's one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness, there really is no obvious connection. There's no yellow eyes, no pointed ears, nothing. There also doesn't seem to be a major obligation. So what did he do to stay relevant and alive and present from the time period of Union Cross to Chain of Memories? Was it through the same means as Ventus? How is that possible? And if just Ventus and Marluxia were able to transcend time, why not Skald and Ephemer and Blaine or the Masters or literally anyone else? We know that Xehanort couldn't have brought him back through time travel, since my understanding of Kingdom Hearts' very convoluted time travel is that there wasn't a version of him alive during the time span of Union Cross that we know of. So it's not like he could have brought them back unless he was alive during that time period. I mean, I don't think he was, considering he's having that whole conversation with Master Ericus like way back in the day, and they're talking about how it was like fairy tales and stuff. I mean, obviously Xehanort knows that it's real because he has the Master of Masters super fancy Keyblade, but like, I don't even know anymore. So some time ago, Tetsuya Nomura released the 2nd anniversary artwork for Union Cross, and it features all of the Dandelion leaders, as well as a hooded figure in an organization cloak. Similar to the Kingdom Hearts 2.8 cover, you'll notice that the Master of Masters and Luxu are both holding dandelions. Is there a correlation? Likely, but what would it be? Does this contradict my original thinking and discern that the Master of Masters was the one who actually encouraged Marluxia to sabotage the Dandelion leadership? And if so, why? Why would the Master of Masters ask Ava to make the dandelions only to throw a wrench in it? And further, we know through Chain of Memories that Marluxia doesn't have the ability to wield a Keyblade. So why would he be chosen? Why would he be the replacement for Strelitzia? Why would Luxu, the Master of Masters, or whoever instigated this, pick someone who not only isn't a dandelion, but can't even wield the Keyblade? Would this be uncovered? Did Marluxia actually have the ability to wield a Keyblade when he was a somebody, but then lost that ability when his heart turned black and ended up becoming a nobody? Thinking more about it, I guess it does make sense. The Master of Masters is extremely mysterious and likely could have sought out Marluxia because we don't know his true intentions. In time, I'm sure we'll figure it out. However, it appears that Nomura is creating more loose ends instead of tying them up before Kingdom Hearts 3. That'll leave a lot of information for the next game to address and iron out and tie up, I suppose. Since we're talking about Dandelion leaders, one thing I want to address is this. We know that Ventus doesn't remember his time before as a Dandelion leader, and we don't know why. However, is this also to say that Marluxia doesn't remember? I mean, it would make sense if he didn't. In Chain of Memories, he explains that he wants the power of a Keyblade. However, if he technically was alive in the Age of Fairy Tales and was able to convince Scald and Ephemer and Blaine and Ventus that he was a Dandelion leader, that would imply that he was able to wield a Keyblade, right? To me, like in my opinion, I guess it makes sense if he did have the ability to wield a Keyblade. And maybe just in all the hullabaloo of being alive for forever, he just forgot about Keyblades or his ability to wield one by the time Chain of Memories came out. And we all know that in order to actually wield a Keyblade, people just need to have strong hearts. They don't have to be clearly defined as good or bad. They just have to be strong. We also know that he has this graceful assassin title, and when we watched Strelitzia die, a heart was shown to float away. Hearts can't just fly willy-nilly. A Keyblade literally needs to release it. So either Marluxia did kill her and does have the ability to wield, or someone else did it, like the Master of Masters or Lucio. So it would also make sense that he doesn't remember his past life or experiences, in my opinion, because if he did, then wouldn't he have been able to recognize Roxas and correlate him to previous life, like Age of Fairy Tales Ventus? I mean, Xigbar was able to recognize Roxas's appearance in Ventus, or I guess Ventus's appearance in Roxas, but Xigbar isn't an ancient old dinosaur that lived in the land of fairy tales. It was literally only a 10-year difference. So, I mean, it would make sense if Marluxia maybe just forgot his time as a Dandelion leader, I guess maybe sort of the same way that Ventus did. I'm wondering if we were given hints about the arrival of Marluxia and his importance in the storyline of Union Cross. I mean, if we think back to the fight between Envy and Aced in back cover specifically, we see 5 petals in the river floating away. And at first glance, we're all kind of like, oh my god, it just signifies the separation and the falling apart and the drifting away of the Union leaders as a cohesive unit and their disintegration as a collective. Like, it's all very, very symbolic and it's a metaphor, really. But I mean, realistically, duh, we all know pink petals are representative and indicative of Marluxia. Was this Nomura's subtle way of hinting to us that he's going to be a player coming up soon? It's no secret that Nomura is extremely thoughtful and calculated and meticulous when inserting symbols and representations. Everything is done for a reason. It's all very meticulous. So it would make sense for him to have been giving us this Easter egg and letting us know that there's more coming up to the story. We can't sort of not include anything. Everything is there for a reason. Going forward, it would definitely be interesting to see if Marluxia is introduced a third time in Kingdom Hearts 3, but as one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness. In the Kingdom Hearts community, it's been hotly discussed who is going to be in the 13 Seekers of Darkness that pretty much Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to revolve around. A lot of people, and I've seen this everywhere, have discussed that Marluxia could definitely be a viable option as one of the Seekers of Darkness and as one of the 13. It makes sense, and I think if it's possible for Ventus to exist over hundreds or thousands of years, that freaking dinosaur, then Marluxia could also have that ability to live forever as well, or whatever. And if Ventus is technically one of the 7 Keepers of Light, then who's to say that Marluxia couldn't be brought back as one of the 13 Seekers of Darkness? In addition, we know that Saïx has been defeated in Kingdom Hearts 2. We know that Xigbar has been defeated in Kingdom Hearts 2. So it's not like if you're defeated, you can't come back, like blah, blah, blah. Marluxia obviously was defeated in Chain of Memories, but he definitely could still be brought back if Saïx and Xigbar were able to, right? That's all for me. I had a ton of fun making this. Didn't have a ton of fun trying to wrap my brain around this topic because it's super confusing. I don't know if I know any more. I don't know if I know any less. I don't know where I am at this point in the game. But if you enjoyed it, let me know. If you hated it, let me know. If I confused something or if I misspoke, if there's anything that I need to add or clarify, let me know in the comment section below. I'll shoot up another video sooner, I promise. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys later.